Welcome back to another episode of The PA is In, the show created by PAs for PAs, where codependency with your supervising physician is a thing of the past. Optimal team practice is the future, and physician associate has taken the place of physician assistant as the professional title of choice. On The PA is In, we are redefining what success as a physician associate looks like and also what it feels like. Here you're going to find those tangible, practical tips, the things that I use to escape healthcare burnout, the exact mindset shifts, money habits, systems, and processes that I used to become a unicorn PA. I now have a job that I love, abundant energy, time to spare, and work optional financial freedom. I'm sharing everything that helped me to navigate over a decade of PA life with you so that you can live long and prosper. The PA is in. I am so glad to have you guys back for another episode. Today, I'm going to share one of the 4 secrets that I'm sharing in my upcoming masterclass. So if you haven't been listening, or if you're just coming back from a break, or if you just found us, welcome. So I'm teaching a masterclass called The 4 Secrets of High Income Earning PAs, what they know that you don't know. And in it, I'm teaching PAs how to scale their income without changing jobs, cities, or specialties. You heard that right. You can make more money doing the job that you have while learning to negotiate well, so you can even work less and still make more money than you're making right now. So I wanted to give you a little sneak peek. So at the time that you're hearing this, there are 2 opportunities to tune in to the masterclass. So upcoming on Sunday, let me double check the date so I just make sure I get this right. Sunday, January 15th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, or Tuesday, January 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Those are going to be the last 2 opportunities for you to tune in and check out this masterclass. So the masterclass is 45 minutes of teaching, of me sharing all of the things that I have learned about negotiation and what these high income earners are doing differently than the average PA, and how you can emulate them in your own practice and as you get a little more strategic about your own income as a PA. So I am diving into this presentation. Let me pull up my slides, and I'm going to share with you secret number 2 that I share in the masterclass. So secret number 2 is high income earning PAs know how to rock difficult conversations. You know, those conversations that make your palms a little bit sweaty, the ones that stress you out, that you dread when you get that email from that person that you just really don't jive with. When you have that patient or the family member that's really unhappy, most likely with something that you didn't do and can't control, and you have to diffuse that situation. So the thing that high income earners understand is how to have those conflicts, those arguments, those confrontations, those negotiations, those difficult conversations. They're prepared for them. So they have a set of skills at the ready for when those conversations happen, whether it's a conversation they've planned because they're negotiating for a salary increase or a better productivity bonus, or whether it's an irate patient or a family member who's unhappy. They're ready to deal with those conversations. They don't put them off. They don't let them fester and sort of build and build and build like an abscess. They face that conflict calmly and head on. Because let's face it, difficult conversations, arguments, and confrontation exists in every workplace. It's going to occur with your patients. It's going to happen within your team. It's going to happen with you and your practice manager. And it could even happen with your collaborating physician. You can decrease the anxiety provoking nature of those confrontations if you also develop a set of skills that you can use, whether it's during a negotiation or a conflict. The things that you need to do to be able to stay calm and to stay in control of your emotions, and also to reach an outcome that you feel great about, one that you're not kicking yourself about for weeks or months to come because you're like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have done that, or that didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. So they have these skills at the ready, and you can too. So here's a fact you may not know about negotiations. Prepared negotiators have significantly better outcomes of negotiations than negotiators who are not as prepared. In fact, 80% of negotiation outcomes are attributed to proper preparation. So, what these high income earning PAs know is they know how to prepare for a negotiation and also what to prepare. So, you can prepare, but if you're not effectively preparing the right things, sorry, there's like a dog hair. It's getting me. It's getting me. If you're not effectively preparing the right things, then you're preparing, but it's not really going to be effective preparation. So here are some things to think about in advance of a negotiation or a difficult conversation. Think about what you want. What is your ideal outcome from this situation? If you get like 10 out of 10 best case scenario, what would be the greatest case? And what's the best alternative? Like, you don't get the best of the best, but you would be willing to accept this. You need to develop some strategies, whether it's deep breathing, counting your fingers to keep calm and not let the emotions get the best of you. When our emotions get the best of us, that's when we say things that leave us kicking ourselves down the road. And then you also need to be cognizant of what the other person in the conversation wants. So, the person sitting across from the table from you in a negotiation is called your counterpart. So, what does your counterpart want? Can you ask calibrated questions that have how and what? And can you use labels and say, it seems like, or it seems as though, dot, 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 and you describe the situation and say those statements and then let your counterpart respond. In that responding, they're going to give you some clues as to what they want because they have an ideal negotiation outcome also. And it's usually not the same as yours, which is why negotiations don't always go super smoothly where everyone agrees in the first 3 minutes. Can you imagine how it would feel to not dread confrontation, conflict, or negotiations anymore? How would it feel to be confident in your ability to have even the hardest of conversations? So I asked two of my students, and Brittany is a PA. She works in internal medicine down in Texas. And here's what she said after one on one coaching with yours truly. I used to absolutely hate hard conversations with my manager. Now I feel ready to take on the good talks and the hard talks using the skills that I learned in my one on one coaching. I still feel a touch of anxiety, but nothing like I felt before. And then there's Henry. He works in emergency medicine out west. He says, learning how to use calibrated questions has been a game changer for me. I use them when interviewing patients to diffuse unhappy family members and when I'm negotiating for a raise. So, preparing for these conversations is critical. You can't just wander into your boss's office and expect that you're going to be prepared with the information and the strategies and the skills that you need to get this negotiation to the outcome that you want. It is not based on luck. You have to put work in and you have to be intentional about preparing for that conversation. Rocking those hard conversations is secret number 2 of the 4 secrets that high income earners know that you don't, and why they're in their PA career, they're making more than you're making now. So if you want to know what the other 3 secrets are, head to tracybingaman.com/masterclass. It's linked in the show notes, and register for one of those 2 remaining dates. We would love to see you in one of those masterclasses. Bring a pen and paper. Be prepared to be well informed when we wrap up. You are going to have so much fun. You'll get to network in the chat with some other PAs across the country. So far, they have been really great turnouts and just a lot of fun to do. And the feedback from students has been amazing so far. Thank you, as always, for listening to The PA is In. If this episode helped you at all, if knowing that secret helped you to think, yes, I should be more prepared for my next negotiation, or heck yes, I'm going to register for that masterclass, I'm so glad it met you where you are today. The very best way that you can say thank you is to head to iTunes and leave a 5-star rating and a written review. That is what your PA colleagues look for when they find the show and they're wondering what it's all about. They're going to scroll right to those reviews. They're going to see yours and they're going to click play. And they are vital to a growing show of this size. So thank you so much for considering doing that. Thanks again for tuning into the show by PAs for PAs. where we help you to design your life so that you can live long and prosper. It's your turn to get inspired, to take effective action, to become one of those unicorn PAs who loves their job, has abundant energy, time to spare, and work optional financial freedom. This PA is out. I will see you next week on the show, or better yet, I will see you sooner than that on the masterclass, tracybingaman.com/masterclass.